Hey everybody, welcome to Lessons with Troy. Well, today I wanted to show you one of my favorite bender licks that incorporates a lot of different techniques. Let me go ahead and play it for you and get it in your head. It sounds like this. It's in the key of C, but I'm in open D tuning. D, A, D, F sharp, A, D. But this lick is going to be over a C chord or in the key of C. Here we go. Okay, so it has a lot of that pedal steel sound to it. Now, it's only on two strings, right? We're only on our first and second string. And first off, let me talk about a technique you may not even think about, and that's with your left-hand thumb or your bar hand thumb, right? When I'm doing something like this and my bar is moving around, what I like to do is to take my thumb and mute out these low strings 6, 5, 4, 3. If I'm only playing strings 2 and 1 and I'm not really lifting my bar at all to mute. So what you do is you flatten your thumb out and you just touch those strings there, so as you're going down the strings you don't hear all that, right? It kind of can mute that out a little bit, at least have it ringing out. You'll stop that. So the other thing is I'm using my volume pedal to kind of match my second string bender. So as I'm pushing that bender down, I'm also, if this is my foot, I'm also swelling into that first bend. Okay, and then what I do is, instead of me doing something like that I might do with my bar, I kind of got this technique from Luke Cyrus Getz. I never really know how to pronounce his last name, Gates or Getz. But you'll see him do these string pulls with his ring finger. Let me see if you can see a little bit there. So I just leave my thumb there. I don't do that. I just leave my thumb there, muting those other strings, and I take my ring finger and I'm just gonna, I bend that, right? And then what I can do is pull on that second string, and that pulls it up a half step, where it would sound like, if you're just doing just with your bar, it'd sound like this. Right, but you can do it with the string pull and your bender. Here we go. Leave the bender there, string pull, and then let off the bender. But when you do it quick, it sounds like this. So ba ba da 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 da. It's kind of the rhythm you want. So that incorporated with your volume swell. Now what you're going to do, keep that thumb there to mute out the low strings. You're going to leave your bar flat. By the way, I'm on my 10th fret here. That's where your C chord is, just the top two strings. So you can see there, just that second string bender. So then you slide it down to a G, no benders, and then resolve it to the second string bender. Here we go. Slide it down to G, resolve it to the bender. Now I end that with a slant like that there on 2 and 1. So there's a C, and then when I slide that down to 2 and 1, then that gives me a C note here with the second string bender, right? And then an E note. So that can work for that C chord too. So here's a C, and then that just does a different inversion of a C dyad. I guess it would be a 2-note chord. And that's a little difficult of a slant because it's so far down. So you can move that to the key of D if you wanted. Just do it on your 12th fret. You do 12. Go to 7. And then do 3 and 4 with your slant. If you wanted to bring it up to where it's not, the further you get down to the nut, the harder the slants are. So this one would be over a D chord. 12. 7, bender, slant. If you wanted a little bit easier one than the C one. Here's C again, starting on 10th fret. But notice how you're not hearing any of these low strings really ringing out because my thumb's not just up like that. It's kind of flattened out, muting those 4 lower strings. Okay, hope you enjoyed that lick. We'll see you on the next lesson. And if you're not a member of my streaming site, just go over to lwtstreaming.com and check out all my lessons and diagrams and things like that. We'll see you on the next lesson, guys. Thanks so much. Bye.